Hello guys, welcome to Amor-Zone TV. I hope you're okay. So yesterday I came across this video, which I later found out to say this video is allegedly a fake news. But I'm not sure if it's true that it's fake news because I just saw comments under the same video, people saying this is fake news. So I'm not sure of that. But what really caught my attention was the comments from Kenyans. Some Africans don't understand what's going on out there. They don't see what's going on. They think some people are just crazy. What I have noticed about Africans is that they don't feel the pain of another African until that thing happens to them. They think South Africans are crazy. All of them, they think South Africans are crazy. The things Kenyans are saying in these comments are the same thing Ghanaians said few years ago before Nigerians flooded their country. And it's so sad to hear people like Kenyans speaking like this because in South Africa we have a lot of Kenyans, which some of them are complaining about some foreigners who are committing crime in South Africa. But anyways, let them say whatever they want to say.
The recent xenophobic violence in Ruri, Kenya, which saw foreign nationals, particularly Nigerian migrants, targeted by violent mobs, has sparked a wave of reactions across Africa. While this incident is deeply alarming in itself, it is part of a larger, disturbing trend of escalating xenophobic tensions and violence between African nationals across the continent. Kenya's situation cannot be viewed in isolation, especially in the context of the ongoing xenophobic violence in South Africa, which has long been a source of diplomatic and social instability.
Countries, I think it's very disappointing. I mentioned this in the meeting as well, to see the posture that African countries continue to assume when it comes to leadership of their own people. African countries are comfortable with being failures. Majority of them, of course not all of them. There are very few African countries that can really stand for what is right and stand for their people. South Africa luckily is a country with human rights and has emphasized the importance of protecting the human rights of all. And I think that's why we've become a hub for people wanting to be protected from their own governments. Unfortunately, it's not a fair position to put a country in, because South Africa is a country, like I said before, that has to take care of its own people. South Africa has a responsibility to the people who vote for the country. South Africa even has a responsibility to the taxpayers of this country. And it's ridiculous to expect that South Africans must absorb every single problem from every single African country. I mean, there's other African countries that are doing well. Let's look at Egypt, Morocco, they're doing well. Ethiopia and Somalia are much closer to Morocco and Egypt, but they never lean towards that area. And I mean, they have a common thing. They've also, all of them identified themselves as more Arabs than they are African. So it leaves you with the question, why are the Arab countries not naturally migrating to the Arab affiliated countries? Why is everyone trying to come into this small country? And there's only one answer to that: it's our laws. And our laws have allowed us to become victims of even the worst kind of criminals. I mean, we sat in a meeting with the Department of Home Affairs who told us that someone who is caught in Botswana or runs away from Botswana comes to South Africa and looks for refugee or asylum seeker status, but they're running away from the death penalty in Botswana, cannot be taken back to Botswana by law in this country, even if they committed all of those crimes. So we asked, okay, what's the next best thing that you do with a person like that? Because naturally, we don't want them in our community either. And the Department of Home Affairs says that no, there's nothing that they can do because this person was not prosecuted in South Africa. They were prosecuted in Botswana, but now they're facing the death penalty, so we cannot take them back to be prosecuted in their own country, regardless of whether or not this person is the worst kind of criminal, a cannibal at worst. We can't do anything about it because that is what our laws have allowed. And when you go and do a background check about it, you find out that South Africa entered this United Nations agreement, and when they entered this agreement, they took it copy and paste as it is didn't even look at the current situation or whether or not this is our country, we need to take care of it, and they just signed it off and said, oh, we're not even going to have refugee camps for refugees, everyone must just integrate. Now this is where the problem is. You can't forcefully integrate people with people that they don't want to.
Ukeniki moto ne? Uthi unangaki? Unangaki ndoda? Una 16. Uthi ufunda eMozambique uzali. Uthi kwenzakalani manje? Mana 16. Bheka sana. Mana 16 wawungekho esikolweni. Kuma nami, ngifuna isicabanga ngithi, kuma nami, ngithi wawungekho esikolweni. Ufike nini eSouth Africa? January. Uzoklinika.
So you see the situation in Africa. A child of 16 years old is already looking for greener pastures in other countries. He is a foreigner now. Why? Because the governments of Africa are refusing to take care of their people. They are forcing other countries to take care of their people. Look at how they are making noise right now. Because of the marches that are happening in South Africa, take illegal immigrants back to their countries. The governments of these African countries are up in arms fighting with South Africa, reporting South Africa to the UN. They are up in arms, they can't sleep. The noise is everywhere in their parliaments, blaming South Africa, blaming South Africans of fighting for their country. They are even forcing our government to call the army for us. Why? Because we are complaining about their people. We are complaining about the people who are in our country illegally. These African leaders are fighting to the nails that we want to send their people back to their countries. And the most painful part is that their citizens are the same like their leaders. They are not blaming their leaders. Instead, they are blaming the South African government. They voted for those people, but they are not holding those people accountable for their sufferings. They are busy blaming the South African government. That is why their leaders will continue to oppress them, to mistreat them, and to abuse them, because they don't hold them accountable for their sufferings. Instead, they are blaming other people. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and share the video. I love you guys. Bye.